better I had. They are sorry for my going away, and all the sweethearts that I had. They would wish me one more day to stay, but since it falls unto my lot that I should write and you should not, I'll gently rise and I'll softly call. Good night and joy be with you all.
Hello and welcome once again to the FwdCompatible podcast. This is episode 79, part 1 for August 11th, 2013. My name's Tony and I'm joined as always by my fellow podcasters Mark and Jason.
I just don't feel good about this episode now.
Ready?
One
little stutter step.
One little stutter step.
That's
and
it.
It's just like, well,
the episode
79 is garbage.
Is going down the shitter.
Now.
Yeah, might as well. Just tune in next week.
You went and fucked it up.
It's over.
We rely on you. You're an important piece. You're an important cog.
I'm just dropping hints now.
Yeah.
Stop petting the Marcus.
It's my Marcus.
I'll pet it if I want to.
I'll pet my fucking Marcus if I want to.
Alright, so how's everybody's week been going?
Pretty well.
I'm gonna
fun and exciting?
I'm gonna take a pass on discussing my week just because of all the shit that's been
We
going
got an exciting new addition to the family.
Yeah. There's Ace the Bat Hound.
New little, what is it?
AKA new puppy.
He's a rat, right?
Right. Yeah.
He's pretty cool. I just met him for the first time 20 minutes ago.
11 weeks old.
Yeah, he's a cool dog.
Yeah. He's retarded. He can't walk straight. Apparently, neither can I. I can't really show it, but fell.
Jason,
His first injury due to Ace.
Yeah.
It is the second fall down in FwdCompatible history. If any of you listen, what episode is that? The Halloween special?
That was that was Halloween part 2.
Because we were talking about Ghost stories,
yeah.
And my chair breaks in the middle of the podcast. I fall flat on my fucking ass. It's still in there. You can look it up. The whole scene is in there. And Jason took.
There wasn't video for that one.
Things do come in threes, Mark.
We're just gonna throw Mark out the window.
I'm just saying you're the only one who hasn't fell yet.
So, stage dive off the Trump Tower.
We're gonna see if you can make it to that building across. There's a gap there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Someone actually did.
It's no problem. It's only like 80 or 90 feet. You could totally make that.
Okay. Someone did base jump off of the Trump Tower this last week.
Yeah.
Did he get arrested when he
Nope.
landed?
Never found him.
Really?
Yeah, I was so happy.
Because usually they catch those
Oh,
guys.
They had a van waiting
to catch him, and he got away.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose we could kick off the show with our weekly roundtable and catch everybody up on what we've been playing since the last time we all spoke. Nailed it!
Woohoo!
I'm 1 for 2.
Working 5 days a week sucks, so I played one game this week, but I played it from start to finish.
And what game would that be?
It was BioShock Infinite.
And how did you like it, good sir?
Loved the ending of it. There was some nice...
Shall we... do you want to talk about it? I mean, we already did do a BioShock spoiler cast. In the event, we're going to just fast forward a minute or two if you don't want to hear the ending of BioShock Infinite.
I'll hold up my hand like so.
Yeah, you can
so
mute.
You
can mute,
Uh-huh.
and that way you'll know exactly when we kick back in.
Unless you're listening to just the audio, then you're fucked. Sorry.
See, I didn't even think of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you listen to audio only, check back in 2 minutes.
At least we're giving them a warning. So
Yeah.
hopefully they're driving their car and they're waiting for red lights, or just frantically, finding it in the car and crashing into the nearby person.
Yeah.
Oh God,
Not
no
liable.
spoilers!
Oh, good. Worthwhile.
So what did you think, good sir?
Personally, I like the ending. I love, I guess, open endings where, I mean, you can kind of think what you want on it.
You don't have to
What-
sugarcoat it.
yeah,
There's a
okay.
whole spoiler cast.
What did you? Okay, so how'd you feel about finding out yourself with Booker DeWitt?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of, you're kind of you're the bad guy.
In some dimensions, you're the bad guy, yes.
In a lot of
In a lot of dimensions, you're the bad guy.
You're fucking Comstock.
Do you also know that basically you were kind of a rat in an experiment the whole time as well?
Yeah,
And
from
that
the
you were 223? And it makes sense because I actually realized this at the end, and I looked it up, and it was totally true. In the beginning of the game, you know when the Lutesses, there you go. You know when you flip the coin, there's the board with 23 on there, and if you turn around when he turns
that's
around,
the choices that you made, the different amounts of times, and the
Yes.
one is way more significant.
Yes, and then what I thought was awesome is that the Lutesses are in the dimension where Comstock exists. It's the girl. In the dimensions where it's Booker, it's the guy.
That I didn't catch.
That's how it is. And from the reason I realized that is from one of the final cutscenes where it's the being pulled through Anna.
Yeah.
That's because basically there's the puppy. She opens up the dimension to find kind of like her true love, I guess. And then in the guy feels bad. I don't remember first names for some reason. I just called him whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, the guy basically feels bad for what he did, and then he tries to like give back the kid in his dimension, which is, I don't know. Like just thinking about that, I was literally watching for anything I could find those last like hour and a half, I guess. But I like that. And did you get the secret ending as well? If you don't do anything in the credits.
Oh yeah.
Okay. That one I kind of figured was kind of like a paradox, I guess, and it's kind of like the only dimension that exists anymore because it's, I guess, potentially the happy ending. So that's kind of how I looked at the secret ending. Is that's
I don't know if it was that happy with. I mean,
well, maybe you don't know, but
no, it basically says that since none of that happened, Elizabeth, who was your partner throughout the entire thing, never existed. You basically just what was her fucking other? I haven't played this game in months. What was her other name?
Elizabeth.
No, if it wasn't Elizabeth. Anna, that's right. So basically, your partner, this person who you went through this epic journey with, if you follow the secret ending, basically never existed. This person you just poured 20 hours.
But they never showed the crib.
No, because she would have never became Elizabeth had you not traded her into the Lutesses.
Well, yeah,
it would have never came to be.
Oh, okay, I get it. Yeah, she would have been Anna, which potentially I look at
then
it
you
as,
played the whole game for fucking nothing.
Well, he didn't have in that universe. He didn't have a gambling addiction. That's why the entire story of the game exists, is because he had a gambling addiction and he was trying to repay his debt.
Yeah.
So without all of that, he might have lived a potentially happy life.
I don't know, because I think he had the debt regardless. The girl was to pay the debt. Bring us the girl and wipe away the debt.
But in the secret ending, they never said that. Like that was because every single
I'll secret ending your face.
Yeah.
All right, we should probably cut the Bioshock talk, yeah?
Anyway, we'll talk about it later. I think.
Hi, we're done. Okay. Okay, so now the spoilers are done. What did you what did you think of the game, though?
I really liked it, and the one thing about the game that I wanted to say.
One more spoiler. Turn it off.
Damn it. All right, I want to know what you think about this. Because they went back to Rapture. What, in my thinking, in an alternate dimension, you're Andrew Ryan.
No, I don't think that's...
You don't think so?
No.
I think so.
I
say look into it a little bit. There is a little bit to sort of hint that.
The future DLC that takes place in Rapture may end up answering that question.
That's another reason that I'm into it, because I'm like, because you're going to be there the day before everything goes bad, so I'm thinking that you might be Andrew Ryan in a different dimension.
That could be kind of cool. All right, so
There you go.
done with the spoilers again.
Sorry,
Second
a lot
time.
of talk. It was cool.
I subscribe to the multiverse theory.
Where is... So now you have completed, in my opinion, 2 of the 3 Game of the Year candidates that we have thus far as of August 11th.
I really wish Metro Last Light was included in that. I don't think it will be, but
Okay, that
it's
could be your third. To me, Tomb Raider
Yeah,
is the third, but you've completed Last of Us, BioShock, and Metro.
Uncharted 2,
Yeah.
Game of the Year.
those are
It's Game of the Year every year.
BioShock. I think had the best ending, but I think I like actually Metro, I liked Last of Us the most, and then Metro second, just because I think the gameplay the whole time is nice. What's up, buddy?
So, because obviously we're not making our game, we're gonna have to settle on. We have to
Oh yeah.
simmer on these for
I'm also
months
interested
and
to
months
see
and months. But
what
right
the
now,
DLC ends up adding to it. as
right
well.
now, Last of Us is in the lead for you.
Yes.
Okay. You didn't play anything else?
Nothing that came out this year yet, so
Pocket Pool.
a little bit of Pocket Pool.
Game of the Year
that
edition?
game is still Game of the Year edition. Always will be.
How about you, Jason?
I didn't have a whole lot of time to game this week, but I did try The Drowning. That's the iOS game.
What'd you think?
I thought it sucked.
Really? Okay.
I mean, it was kind of cool, but
What was it about?
I couldn't even
It's just
tell you.
it's just a stupid shooter, but I heard they finally put like a decent concept together on a touchpad for FPS because they all suck on
That
mobile
was kind
devices.
of interesting.
There's
You
like
have
a
to-
double tap
Yeah.
and it shoots right in the middle of your two
between your
fingers,
two
right?
fingers, yeah.
Huh.
Or you can switch.
So a
it to
headshot,
traditional
you're
control.
basically putting your finger here and here, and it'll blow his head off.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you don't even have to pull the trigger, or you just go like that.
No, you just go like-
you tap the screen
you're
with two
using a double
fingers
tap.
and it does that. Yeah,
That's
and
cool.
obviously. I only played it for a few minutes. It was
Did you
cool.
delete it?
No, it's
I
still
actually
on
want to check it out
there.
after we're
Not a
done.
problem. I didn't really get a chance to play anything else, but I did attend Chicago Comic-Con today, so that was pretty cool. We'll have a little bit more on that a little bit later.
Timmy's got a bag.
Bags! Weird ass dog. But yeah.
Dogs everywhere.
I'll talk about that a little bit because it ties into one of the questions that we have. For
Cool.
information.
As for myself, rebeat Ratchet and Clank 1 for the 20th time, but this time is the first time I've beaten it on the HD collection on PS3, and started Ratchet and Clank 2. Got about halfway through that on the HD trilogy, and I also knocked out one more level in Uncharted Golden Abyss Crushing.
Cussing?
Are you gonna finish that by the end of the
edition?
year?
It is a cussing edition.
Uncharted?
Yeah.
There's like I'm at this one part right now. It's
There's one thing's happening.
It's a difficulty spike, to say the least, especially on Crushing. I know Crushing's going to indicate it's really hard, but this part's fucking ridiculous. It's just not enough bullets for the amount of enemies, and you have to stay in cover because everyone's going to blow your face off in 2 seconds.
Why do you torture yourself?
I just want to platinum that game. I'm so close. I'm missing like 4 or 5 trophies. Just want to get it fucking done. Yeah! That's all. I didn't play anything else.
All right.
Dirty, sexy, news.
News!
So this was an interesting one that kind of came out of nowhere. Amazon is actually going to be releasing an Android-based home console sometime this year, actually. So something probably around the GameStick or Ouya. They are going to build upon the already huge Android game list on Amazon. So
Does the world really need another
Angry
Android?
Birds player.
I don't think so. I think this market didn't do well in its first time already.
There's barely a market for the 2 or 3 that are already out. Like,
Yeah, that's what I mean. Amazon's probably going to sell the best because they're going to have millions and millions of people visiting their website every single day.
I want to bring up one
Sure.
cool point with that. Android has been undercutting the market drastically with things like the Chromecast.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, where your Roku
$40.
boxes, your Apple TVs, so
you
on
mean
and so
charging a
forth,
fair price?
are $100. This thing's $35. Now, what if Amazon comes out with their home console for, let's say, $50? Thoughts?
Or, well, that could work. Because, the Game Stick's only 70 or 80. It's already cheaper than the Ouya. It depends, man. That could work. I mean,
Does it actually interest you guys though?
after playing with the Ouya quite a bit now, because I know 2 people that have them. I've been playing it. The games aren't very good. The one, and I don't like the controller, which is the biggest problem.
Yeah.
Because the one redeeming quality that could come from all of this is the emulation, which was from day one what I said excited me the absolute most about the Ouya. It's a $100 box that can pretty much emulate everything. Don't have to turn on your PC. Don't have to play from a keyboard and mouse, which is a plus for me. So it's worth the $100 entry fee. But the controller's not good, and there's lag, and
A lot of lag.
maybe if the Ouya 2 or Ouya 3 is redesigned properly and it comes together better, I'll be a little bit more interested. But as it currently sits, I'm not interested in any of these because the other 2, like the Game Stick and presumably Amazon's new console, won't have a working deal with Xbox Media Center.
Yeah.
So then, well, it's not. I don't think it's called Xbox because they had to drop the Xbox. 'Cause it's a bunch of hackers. So I think it's just XBMC now. But
Yeah. I believe so.
basically, they're the ones that turned the original Xbox into a fucking media powerhouse with all the emulation and the DVD playing and how it could basically play pirated anything and all that and so on and so forth. These guys kept going. And they locked up a deal with Ouya, so that's like that's the killer app that they have. If GameStick or the Amazon one doesn't ever get that, then I have absolutely zero interest. I don't care. I have 2 Android devices for free right now, my tablet and my phone. I don't need to spend additional money to play the shitty fucking handheld games I already don't play.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The whole pull was the emulation.
If it's cost effective for me and it has a solid controller, and like Tony was saying, if it has an open source where I can do emulation on it, for $50 I'd consider it because you're gonna, even if I wanted to legit go back and play SNES games, I'm gonna spend $50 on an SNES, not counting
Games.
pirating and whatnot, but being able to hook up a console to the TV and play it that way. So for that fact, I would consider it if the controller was solid. And if it had that open source ability, which knowing Android, it should technically. So that would be appealing if the price point was right.
Well, see, if it's the problem is these things don't allow you to have full access to the Android market because if they did, Android has everything. They have an SNES, an NES, a Genesis, a Game Boy Advance. They have every emulator. Problem is you can't unlock them from their limited stores that the Ouya and stuff are allowed to tap into. You're only getting a handful of apps and some games. But since they have access to Xbox Media Center, it's your one central location that every single emulator can run on well. It's proven through over a decade that this thing works well for every system up to the PS2.
I gotta ask Brian what he's using for his.
Well, he's on a PC. He can use whatever the fuck he
But I
wants.
meant for his Ouya. He's got some emulated games on there.
He's probably using an Xbox. There's only like...
I meant just to tag up.
I was at Matt's house like a week ago. I was playing around. I was looking at the store. There's only like 10, 12 apps right now, and then like, a couple hundred games.
Yeah.
But out of those 10, 12 apps, it's like Netflix, like YouTube, blah, 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 blah,
Everything
blah.
that you can get and everything else.
And Xbox Media Center. So, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, anyway, moving on.
More news!
This is our unofficial announcement that we're totally going to be the first ones to buy the $1 million Saints Row 4 edition. Echo, I did that?
Yeah.
Anyway, so, if you got $1 million, you live in the UK, you get a free trip after $1 million to a free space flight, a dubstep gun, plastic surgery, that's a really interesting one.
Of your choice.
Of your choice, yes, of your choice.
Tony's gonna get his dick bigger.
A personal shopper of your choice, I believe. I don't know who, if they can just pull anybody or how that works. Anyway, 7 nights in Dubai, 7 nights in Washington, free travel to those. A
Well, not free. It's $1 million fucking dollars.
No, it's free. You put out $1 million and everything else is free.
It gets good.
Yeah.
When you actually
I'm
factor up price-wise,
yeah,
this shit's actually like a deal.
you get a hostage rescue experience.
Yeah.
I hope you're not the hostage.
No,
That could be
it's
traumatic.
hostage
I
training.
figured.
It's training.
Flashbanged. Ah, damn it! Why did I pay for this? Spy training for a day. I thought that one was really cool.
Yeah.
You get capsule wardrobe. And, of course, a Lamborghini Gallardo. And a Toyota Prius, but that's, and a year of insurance on just a Toyota Prius.
Yeah.
The Lamborghini's like over 300,000.
That's what I'm saying. When you actually add up, like the space flight's like $300,000 too. So if you're an eccentric millionaire, and there's only one available.
There's only one available. And it's UK specific, but literally if you put out $1 million, I think they'll let you do it anyway.
Wait. It doesn't look like it includes the game.
It does.
It does.
It's the collector's edition of it as well. I didn't even think that was worthwhile. So I mean, it's kind of like, if thanks for all.
You know what they say about assuming.
There's one millionaire out
Makes
there
an
who's
ass out of
like,
you and me.
If I was a multi-millionaire, for shits and giggles, I'd buy this.
I'd have to be like a billionaire to waste $1 million on this. The only thing I want is the Lamborghini.
Fuck that, man. I want the spy training and the hostage rescue, man. I'm trying to be Batman here. Jesus Christ. He had a Lamborghini.
Get a few, I think.
And a lot of checks that pour out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, get you some, Batman. Yeah.
More news.
More news!
The UK is
Wait,
reporting.
Jason's
Just
hemorrhaging.
popped into my head. Speaking of, have you? And it completely off topic, but kind of ties into it. They've offered Christian Bale $50 million to come back and be Batman in Batman Superman.
Is he gonna take it?
How can you say no to $50 million?
It's guaranteed that much. So I mean, it's not even that they're paying that much for him. I mean, that and the Avengers, $50 million. That's first few hours of.
But I'm just saying, like $50 million.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
to
that's
be in this
ridiculous.
movie is it like that? How can you say no to? I know I couldn't say no to $50 million.
I know, and I hate how all these actors want to be like, well, I just don't want to be one dude. I'm like,
who cares?
so what? When you retire, you're
Make this movie and
for that guy.
retire.
Yeah, I
We're
mean,
done.
Or
Well, he's probably already done at this point.
do that
so
and then do fucking Justice League and call it a day. That's all you got to do.
yeah.
Speaking of, they fired Bruce Willis from Expendables 3
Why?
because
Was he supposed to be the villain?
No, he's been a reoccurring character since the first one.
Yeah.
But he demanded. He's only on set for 4 days.
Mm-hmm.
Demanded $4 million to appear in the movie.
He's Bruce fucking Willis, though.
Yeah, he sucks balls.
He
Sucks
hasn't been-
balls. He's one of the top 3 greatest actors of all time.
Yeah,
He hasn't been good in a long time though.
he's like John fucking Carmack. Okay, he was relevant in the '90s.
Sort of. That's not. in the
Bruce
90s,
Willis
but he
is the
hasn't-
John Carmack of movies.
He hasn't had a good movie in a while, and The Expendables.
Ride was awesome. That was like 2 years ago.
Garbage.
Never
Anyways,
saw that one.
but no, Mel Gibson is the villain. of
That's what it
Expendables
was.
3.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Antonio
I'm
Banderas.
just
South
seeing
Park.
him in the Braveheart South Park shit.
Jesus Christ, dude! Bruce Willis is trying to kill us.
Mel Gibson.
What did I say, Bruce Willis? Because I'm not. Yeah. Anyway, Mel
This is
Gibson.
one of the greatest actors of all time.
Oh yeah.
So
just-
back to the news.
News.
He's no Harrison Ford, but he's right up there.
UK has reported.
How can you not like Harrison Ford?
Well, I like Harrison Ford.
He's
Harrison
Indiana
Ford.
Jones and Han Solo.
I like
Done.
Harrison
Argument over.
I like Harrison
And
Ford.
he flies a helicopter into fire zones to rescue people.
That's how he talks now. He just fucking mumbles. I watch an interview with him now, and all he does is mumble.
That's all he
You know
needs
what?
to
He
do.
was actually
Fucking-
on.
Penitent man.
Was it David Letterman? I think he was on David Letterman very recently, and he didn't talk like that.
Penitent man.
What the hell's wrong with him?
He gets the joke that I'm saying. The penitent man.
People
More news!
The UK has reported its worst month in history. Well, I think that means this generation. The article I was reading was very like, it's just history. I'm like, I don't think that's right. Anyway, sales were 40% lower than they were in June and 33% lower than they were in July in 2012.
All right, so the UK reports the lowest sales in history of what?
Counts video games.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
So I think it's everything cumulative because
Okay, that's what I wasn't sure if we
software
were talking
is
about a council or
software's low everywhere. There's nothing coming out right now. There's a few things a couple months away, like GTA
There was only
5.
3
and
things that made it into the top 50 that were new this last month.
nothing's come out.
It was Mario and Luigi, which came out today, Then it was shit. I forgot the last two that were listed in there. Never mind. Don't worry
What
about
the
it.
hell else has come out?
Yeah.
And then you look at hardware. Nobody's buying the Wii U. Nobody's
UK
buying.
is the worst at it. Actually.
Not too many people are buying the 360s and PS3s anymore. I mean, they're still selling a couple 100,000 units here and there, but like, people are waiting. When the new hardware hits, it's going to be nuts.
Yeah.
Everybody's just waiting. This is why you don't want to announce the console 3 years before it's coming out, because everybody's just going to stop buying your shit.
Yeah.
So I got to wait for last minute like they
were already,
did.
Yeah, I mean, they saw like, declining sales already, so it was kind of the time to do it, I suppose. Anybody else?
News!
More news! Sony is going to be rumored to release a PS4 and a Vita for $500 bundled together.
That'd be interesting. I doubt it's true.
It was a rumor from, the a very good inside source, which, those always end up being...
I could see a $600 bundle or even $550.
Mark made it up.
No, I actually saw this rumor too. 500 is just too low because the console's 400. They're not going to take. They're already taking a hit on Vita. They're not going to take an additional $150 hit just to get these in people's hands. I don't think. I think you're more likely to see a price cut coming from the Vita sooner than a $500 bundle.
They're making them cheaper.
You know what would be smart? If they did some type of voucher or incentive, if you bought a PlayStation 4, get $50 off of Vita or something like that.
That'd be good. Give them like 6 months or something.
Combined with the $50 Vita price cut, and then you could pick one of these things up for $150. That would work.
That'd be awesome too.
At that point, under 200, I would consider.
And there's a lot of games plus with your PlayStation Plus. You already have 8 or 9 free games to load on there probably.
No, I didn't download it.
I haven't started.
You don't even put the. Why not?
I did it with the games I knew I would.
It costs no memory.
I know.
It's just tied to your account that you own the game.
Didn't care. I literally don't plan on ever buying one.
Knock on.
I did it for the games I knew I would get, so I have those.
Just like you told me you'd let me borrow yours to play Uncharted. I'm like, no, I played Uncharted. I'm happy with it.
No.
Let's leave it where it's at.
Yeah.
Time for lawsuits of the week. First off,
Plural?
plural. We'll go with the first one. An Australian tax group is suing Sony Australia for $53 million. This isn't like Sony, this is Sony Australia. So, while unclear about...
Totally unaffiliated.
That's actually what the article... they actually had an update on it, and then it literally, apparently there's no affiliate... Well, I mean, there's affiliation because it's Sony, but it's the profits and all that stuff aren't cutting into Sony's bottom line, I guess. Anyway,
I don't see how that could happen.
that's what the update story. I mean, it was saying that wow, this isn't Japan Sony, it's Australian Sony.
Yeah, but Sony's Sony. Sony's a really big fucking company.
You would think. That's why I was like, this update story makes no sense because it still would hurt your.
If you don't want to hear any bad talk about Sony,
Yeah,
so
so
just
I'm good.
leave.
We'll go. Anyway, while it's kind of completely unclear what it's about, they did kind of hint that it was something to do with distributing local earnings outside of Australian borders.
What?
Basically, they would, take in your money, and then apparently, it would go outside the borders. What's
What?
Go right ahead.
Seen pizza during the news.
News!
So, anyway, do you have anything to say about that one? Not really. That wasn't the lawsuit.
Lawsuits like that, with all the legal mumbo jumbo, don't really interest me that much.
Neither. Did you hear what it's about as well? It's basically distributing earnings that they made in Australia elsewhere.
Sure.
Which makes no sense in my mind. It's if you're an international company, that means you can't make any of your profit and send it back home. I mean, isn't that kind of how most of the world works at this point?
Well, you have to. I think there's a. I'm not positive on this, but I think there's currency imbalances that come into play where you can heavy load it onto a currency that's currently doing better, but I don't know if that would really factor in or not. I'm sure there's somebody in charge of that watching it that knows way more about it than I do.
Anyway, so there's that. We don't
That
really
would make
know
sense.
what's going on with that. But the cool one. The same dude who sued Subway over their 11-inch subs.
Jared?
It was Jared. Is currently suing GameStop for not disclosing the online pass fees when he bought Need for Speed Hot Pursuit in 2011. He was...
Well, the problem is, he's saying that after he had to buy the online pass and all that mumbo jumbo, it actually exceeded the price of just buying the game brand new outright. I don't see how that's true though.
Could have been I mean, sometimes it does happen with like if the new one's on sale, the pre-owned one price doesn't follow. It happens sometimes.
And I guess he got schmoozed into picking up the used copy.
Yeah.
And then didn't know about incurring the additional fees for the online passes, and is taking it out on GameStop.
I think that's your own damn fault, in my opinion, by not, knowing about it.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, it's probably the salesman's job to do that, but, in the minimum wage
No,
world...
it's the salesman's job to bring in the most revenue for the company that you work for.
True.
Okay? Realistically, that's the number one goal when you work for retail is to bring in the most money that you can.
Yeah.
Okay? Dude probably walked straight to the pre-owned section, picked it up himself, walked it to the counter. The guy goes, hey, you need an online passport. It's an extra $10. He said, okay, bought it, and then fucking looked online, and the game was $39.99 new.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably what happened.
I'm on the other side of the fence about this.
Well, fuck you.
I really am. I am totally behind this guy, 100% in both situations. I don't think he was an idiot at all. I think he completely knows about this, and I think he's fighting the man on two unjust courses. Everybody knows that the footlong wasn't a true foot. This guy called Subway out on their bullshit. And now they extended their loaf size to an actual full foot because of the lawsuit, even though they don't give you enough meat to complement it, so you actually have about half an inch on either side of the sandwich that doesn't get
So now
covered with anything.
there's not a proper bread to meat ratio. That's what
Exactly.
you're saying.
Exactly.
I would have preferred it to have the smaller sandwich.
No,
pretend it
because
was a
when they're
foot
selling
long,
you a goddamn foot
and have
long,
an even meat to bread ratio.
I need 12 inches of fucking bread to make it a footlong. This is the same thing.
$5.
The guy's. I don't think he was stupid.
11-inch.
Yeah, it doesn't have the same ring to it, does it? It's just you got to call people out on shit like that. I mean, I think the guy's in the right. He clearly knew about this. If he's a gamer, you know what the fucking online pass is. Nobody's that moronic. Everybody knows all this shit. You might not have known about it when it initially came out, but a few months later, you catch on that a lot of games are starting to do this. I think the guy knew it from the beginning. He knew exactly what he was doing, and he's taking this opportunity to fuck GameStop into changing its policies because they may lose this lawsuit. I think it's hysterical.
But
See, they already
there's no more online passes though.
Well, no, certain
not
companies
true.
still
Not
have
true.
them.
EA dropped
Well,
theirs.
Yeah, and there's certain games that will still have them, like, trying to think who. Because THQ used to have it, but now THQ doesn't have it, so I'm like, there's actually probably only like one company that will still have online
So
passes.
Sony has.
Yeah, but
to some
GameStop
regard.
has a deal with Sony, and they give you the online passes.
Warner Brothers, they gave you they had a deal for the online pass to give it out too.
Yeah.
For Batman Arkham City.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know.
yeah.
It's
But go-
interesting.
Go little man.
Fuck you, dude.
If that is true, where like the new one was cheaper, I do agree that it's something that shouldn't
It happens a lot. I
No,
know it
I-
happens when the PS3 controllers go on sale. They go on sale for $40, and the pre-owned ones are still $45 with the card.
Yeah.
If you're the salesman and you're talking people into making the most money for the company, you push the pre-owned one, which is $5 more. It's very
Damn right, and I did it all the time.
It's very anti-consumer, good sir.
My fucking store was in the fucking green. Not the black, the green. Making it rain on bitches in my store. You were there.
Hit 120, the rest singles.
Call of Duty Midnight. Some good shit. It was so green, the lights were fucking green. True story. Ask him.
Did you paint them?
No, we put a little piece of see-through paper.
Tissue paper.
Yeah.
To make the lights glow green.
That wrapping, that stuff you put in bags when you hand out
Yeah.
presents, that stuff.
Nice.
Oh, I was
We did,
badass.
we did have a green ambiance going on.
I got pictures. I'll show you what I.
No, I like to see them. Anyway, last story. To my surprise, this week, in a Q&A section with one of the lead guys behind Assassin's Creed, it actually does have an ending that's already been completely written up, and they're just kind of waiting until they get there.
And that goes back to the thing that I really couldn't talk about months ago, where I know somebody who knows somebody at Ubisoft that said Assassin's Creed's got 2 games left.
So 4 and then like 5?
Makes sense.
I don't think that's true.
Well, see, I don't remember. I don't know what happened. There's definitely a green glow. I don't remember what happened in 3 with like Desmond or anything like that. So I'm just like, because I know they're leading up to like present day, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Did anyone actually finish 3?
No.
God damn it! No, I really couldn't even.
They're just not
muscle
good
my way
anymore,
through it.
man.
But Pirates, they're gonna make me probably get it.
Yeah, they sell me on it every year, and then
Well, I'm
I
gonna
play
get it when it's used.
and
so,
I play an
okay.
hour of it, and I'm like, wow, this is the exact same shit. The running mechanic still doesn't work. It's still a broken game. It's fucking boring, and I'm gonna buy it too. It's the same. They sold me on every Assassin's Creed thus far, and only 2 or 3 have been good.
Brotherhood was the last good one. Revelations was tail missions, and that was boring as shit. Third one just took too long to get started, and I got boreder than hell.
Did you say this is the last news story?
Yep.
John Carmack, our topic of the week
Yeah.
last week, is now one of the
Oculus
lead
Rift.
developers for the Oculus Rift.
It is. I
Yeah.
knew about it. I cut stories.
But
so
he's not
deep
relevant.
down.
He's not
He's
relevant.
not relevant.
Yeah.
Because by Tony's standard, that thing's just a fucking waste of time and a gimmick.
And everyone's getting in on it.
Yes! Threw it back in your face.
In your face,
I mean, if we're going with
motherfucker.
other stories that got cut, you got Dead Island
Grr.
or Dead Island Infestation, which is going to be free to play. It's going to be the third one in the series. And
Whispers of a New Uncharted. But,
Whispers of a New Uncharted.
let's
by
not
someone,
include that in the news, Mark.
I literally read that, and I really think he was like not. There you go, Edmund. Moving on. I'll pull
We're
it.
good.
Yeah,
We're
you
good.
were pretty close to tipping the mic right there.
We are good. I'll tip your fucking soul.
I really don't think he was. I think he misspoke with that one with the Uncharted.
Yeah, probably.
When I was reading it, it sounded kind of like a.
I wouldn't doubt
it
they're
out of context.
I
kind of
wouldn't
thing.
doubt they're working on something completely new.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think it's the last we've seen from Nathan Drake. I just think it's the last we've seen from Nathan Drake from Naughty Dog. I bet there's one more coming to the Vita. It's still the greatest selling Vita game, even though it was a launch title.
Yeah.
So I bet those guys are doing one more on the Vita, and then I think they'll let it kind of. Sony never shelves an IP. They've said this many, many times.
Yeah.
Or excuse me, never rids themselves of an IP. They'll shelve things.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Wait, like
there's still
Jack and
potential.
Daxter.
Yeah, there's still potential for Jack and Daxter to come back, or Mag for Mag 2, or
Bring back Crash Bandicoot.
SOCOM, or no, because they don't own that anymore. But
There's just a new one coming up, but never mind.
yeah, but I mean, they might make something dormant for a decade and then come back to it.
Twisted Metal did it.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what I'm saying.
In your face, Mark!
That
That's 2 for 2!
That one's a little bit different though. Twisted Metal.
How did you not get the story about the guy from God of War coming back to Sony?
The co-creator. I don't know.
Yeah.
Mark's awful at his job.
I knew about it. I just didn't.
Brian, we miss you. Competent News was so much more organized.
Well, see, if I report on everything, then we go into an hour-long news.
No,
and-
Brian was like boom, 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 boom. Right? He was on fucking fire with
Oh,
that
yeah, in the
shit.
middle of this.
Good.
I'm saying I like both flavors. I like dirty, sexy, and I like competent. That's all I'm saying.
You're slutty.
I am. Take it anywhere I can get it.
Jesus Christ.
I get complained at that the news is too long. I cut it down. Now Jason thinks it's too short because I cut things. I can't win.
It's a lose-lose.
It's like a girlfriend, you know.
Subway guy beat out like better shit. Like I'm tired of people sue GameStop all the time. Employees sue GameStop all the time.
They're dicks. Granted.
We know they are dicks. You win.
Well then, I guess
Hey, that was my thing.
time.
Like last week.
for
Alright. Oh god. Is it time for
The Gmails.
Gmail.
you good?
Yeah! Sorry. Oh, Tourette's right there.
On my way to Comic-Con this morning, I threw out a message letting everybody know to send me some Comic-Con related questions. We got one from Brendan Joyce.
Your guide's in the back of my car. I just haven't seen you. Because you're in a different state, I believe. I think you're back already, though. So.
He wants to know, what was the best costume I saw at Comic-Con today.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And it's kind of video game related. For one, there was a 3rd Street Saint running around.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah. That wasn't the best, though. Amongst the sea of ashes and Harley Quinns.
Any hot ones?
Some of them. I didn't see Black Captain America this year, though. That was kind of disappointing. He's about 350 pounds. His belly sticks out, and he's black. It's great.
Yeah, if I ever went with a cosplay chick,
Yeah.
those would be my top 2. Her get-ups would be Harley Quinn and Moxie.
Nice.
Those would be the 2 things I'd want to see.
My friend said Moxie was a favorite costume he saw this weekend. There's a good one, but it was on Friday or Saturday.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't see any Moxies. I saw the cutest little Nightwing ever. Kid was like 3 years old, had the full fucking getup on, was awesome.
Nice.
The little sticks and everything was cool. And then there was a little Spike from Buffy running around. He was about 5. It was
Nice.
awesome. But yeah, this is how it's video game related in some regards. I believe it was Marvel vs. Capcom 1 or 2. The final boss from the game is called Onslaught. I don't remember which one it is, so if I'm quoting wrong, excuse me. But basically, Onslaught is when Professor X and Magneto combined into one being.
Uh-huh.
And it's if you take Magneto and make him look almost like Death from Darksiders.
Yeah.
That's who it was, and the dude was like 8 feet tall. I mean,
Still some sort of bitch.
it was actually pretty fucking cool. Unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to snap a picture of him.
You jerk.
I don't know. I don't really take a lot of pictures. It's like, oh, look at your cool cosplay. Can I get a picture with you?
I thought of the 3rd cosplay chick that I wouldn't mind spending some time with. The chick from that game that you liked that I didn't.
Lollipop Chainsaw?
Yes.
Yeah.
That chick.
Yeah.
If it's a good one, though.
I'm still so disappointed that Tony did not get one of the greatest achievements ever that was ever created.
That's in Duke Nukem, and that's getting the.
I said one of, okay, and that was looking up her skirt, which is actually really hard to do. It's like to get the camera to angle up her skirt. True story. I have the achievement.
Perv.
Took me like 15 minutes to get it. And I was like, yes!
Just twirling the camera.
That's
handles
exactly
around,
what I was doing.
Trying to get a peek.
Exactly what I was doing.
Oh, shit.
I was like, fucking pop achievement! Along with my boner.
Oh, man. Everybody's like delirious today.
I
wonder
got
if
2 hours of sleep.
I wonder if this is going to come off as funny to anybody but us today. There's a lot of good jokes, but I don't know if we're all just so tired we're laughing at anything.
Gabe Bustos, sup, Gabe? He asked if 2 of the big 3 video game manufacturers, Sony, Microsoft, Nintendo, 2 of the big 3 decided to make a video game together, which 2 would you want it to be?
Like a crossover?
Yeah.
Holy shitballs.
Holy tits.
Yeah. Starting off strong, drop the bomb on you guys.
Well, I mean,
I have
Microsoft's site is kind of weak. I mean, you really can only mix it with a few.
I would like to see, I don't know if this counts or not, and if not, I'll think of a second response. I would like to see anyone but Nintendo get one shot at making a Mario game. There's so much cool concept fan art out there of this dark, mysterious Mario world where everything doesn't have to be kiddie and friendly.
Almost Alice in Wonderland has bad acid trip.
Maybe those guys, the guys over at Spicy Horse, if they were allowed to make a Mario, I think it would be really cool. Like a Mario set in despair where he gets Princess ripped away from him by a very evil diabolical Bowser, and
or just dies.
And he has to go through, and there's actually murdering a Goomba instead of just
slicing
pleasantly hopping upon it and moving forward. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like a really dark, dreary, adult-driven world of Mario. I know Nintendo will never let it happen, but if I could have my way, either Sony Online or Microsoft Studios could get a crack at it, or anyone, fucking a third-party studio, anyone but Nintendo, I think would be... I don't know if it would turn out well. Maybe it's just cool in my head, and it's not going to be cool, but...
I would give it a shot.
Actually, you guys answer. I'm going to rip up some of that fan art and go put it in front of the camera that I'm talking about. Just one image, because I have a really cool image that... This, just so people understand the universe in which I'm talking about, like how I'd want it to look.
It's a visual synopsis?
Yes.
A cool crossover that I was thinking would be Gears of War mixed with Uncharted. Marcus being like, I can't jump.
And then Drake being like, I got this.
Okay. I've had a little bit of time to think about this, and I've like the default answer would be, I'd like to see almost a Smash Brothers type game between Sony's mascots and Microsoft's. I think that would be cool. But I'd really like to see Microsoft's take on a Mario Party, and what I mean by that is, do you remember Fusion Frenzy?
I was about to say,
and how
Fusion
cool
Frenzy,
that game
correct,
was?
Yeah.
Fusion Frenzy 2 sucked, but remember how cool Fusion
Yeah.
Frenzy was? But with, like, the Nintendo characters, I think that would be really cool.
So you want it made by Microsoft with Nintendo characters?
Yeah. I could dig that.
Chainsaw the Goomba.
Why not? Why not?
Like, this is close, but it's not the image I'm looking for.
Dodge the
All right,
plasma grenade.
Like, where he's really fucking...
Go for it.
If I find a better one, I'll show you guys that.
We can throw it up on the FOSS books.
And for everyone listening to audio,
This will
Save that image, and I will throw it up on the Facebook.
Oh, it looks terrible, though. The glare.
It'll be alright. It'll be alright.
Damn it.
Just
it
just
didn't come
save-
through at all,
just
so you're
save.
not missing out anything on audio. Just check Facebook. The FOSS book.
Look at that. Look at how dark and cool that looks.
Look how slutty you look.
Like that. Look at that. That's fucking badass, dude. If somebody would actually make a Mario like that.
It seems like 1 second here.
Oh, this is making great conversation.
This is the pause music.
What were we talking about? What's the next question?
Lysios.
What's up, Lysios?
He had a question and wanted to know if we had heard anything about this.
Oh, yeah?
He and his friend got into a pretty heated debate regarding Steam's business model. His friend, and I mean, he goes into great detail on the page, but just to sum it up, basically his friend's arguing that Steam's business model is illegal and they can be shut down for it.
How?
And that's the part I don't really understand is how they would. I mean, they have, and Lysios was arguing that they can't be.
I will agree with you first off but explain his points if you can, just because
Let me see if I can find it here.
I'm going to go off nothings right now while Jason looks that up and answer it, and then if there's some new information shed on it, I'll re-answer. But as far as I can hear, you're right and your friend's wrong. Steam is still a business. They still have the Better Business Bureau looking at them. They like what they do. I'm assuming he means by how cheap they're giving away games. They have to get permission from all the companies, the publishers, the developers to sell stuff that cheap. And what Steam's doing is basically, to explain it easily, they're only making like 5 or 6 cents a game. That is the absolute cheapest they can get it. And where they make their money is by how cheap they're offering the game, by selling it to millions and millions of people. So 5 cents times millions of people that they're making on top of the cost that they have to pay to the publisher is where the cash flow comes in.
I would assume they're very close to GameStop with a profit margin, which is generally like $6 to $7 on that's a $60 game though, so it scales down. I'm talking about
when they give a game away for like $2.
Yeah, exactly.
The company probably said you owe us $1.95, to give this game away that is the absolute bottom you can give it.
Yeah.
And then Steam's like, well, we'll sell for $2.17.
Yeah.
And they'll make, 22 cents per title.
Yeah.
And then they sell it to millions of people because of how cheap it is.
Yeah.
But they have permission, believe me, they have permission from everybody. They would be shut down the same day if they did not.
Here's the
Read off the whole thing.
He said, okay, this is going to be a weird one. Apparently, according to a friend of mine, everything Steam is doing is illegal, and as soon as they make some odd $1 million, they will be sued and shut
they
down.
made that. They've already made
And
millions.
everyone who has bought from them will be in legal trouble for possession of illegally sold materials or some shit. So, he said, so I was wondering if you guys had any thoughts or knowledge, because he hasn't been able to dig up anything himself.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Your
It sounds
friend's
like
wrong.
either and I
You're not
apologize,
buying from a Russian
either
company.
your friend got some bad source material, no pun intended, from somewhere, or he's just trolling the shit out of you, just trying to
Get a rise out of you.
Yeah.
It could be. I lie to people sometimes
We
because
do
it's
it to
funny.
each other all the time.
It's funny just to get people fucking messing with you. There's no way that anyone would get any. Even if what Steam was doing was illegal, you are making legal purchases through them. They would get in all the trouble. Even if your friend was right, the purchasers would not be in any trouble at all.
That's also true if you ever buy off of a Russian CD key website. You are not at legal fault if that was a stolen product. You had no knowledge of it, so you don't know that they're committing a crime.
Essentially, the way it works is if somebody rolls up, like let's say you're at the grocery store and you walk out into the parking lot, somebody rolls up in a blacked out windowed van, opens up the back and tries to sell you a TV and you buy it, then you're in possession of stolen goods.
Potentially.
Theoretically. Digitally, it works a little different. They're advertising and things like that, and they're making themselves seem legit. It's different.
Like Steam's an American company. This isn't some company from I can't even think of a shady country off the top of my head where something like this.
Who doesn't listen to us? Zimbabwe.
They will now because they're going to put up Zimbabwe.
Sure, let's put that in the tags. See if we get any hits from them. I don't. Sure, let's just use them as an example, okay? So you got it. If Steam was a Zimbabwean company, then who knows? There is no Better Business Bureau regulating what they do. There's no huge government that's regulating what they do, and there's definitely nobody watching the internet traffic that's coming out of that country. Fine. Maybe some shady shit is going on.
Whoa. 5 website hits in this country today. All right, something's going on.
But for an American company to even attempt to try to get away with something like this would be shut down so fast, dude.
And you are
So
still
fast.
buying a CD key. Literally, that is a legal purchase right there. Like, you're actually getting a brand new key and just downloading. It's not like you're getting like a ROM or an illegal cracked version. You're getting a full legit copy, just as if you were to walk into a store and buy it. And 99% of all PC games, if not even greater than that, you cannot walk into a store and buy to this day. I mean, there's only a few hundred games in
titles.
stock in a good PC store.
I would say maybe 10 to 15% of all PC is actually available via brick and mortar retail.
You can get whatever you want, but you'd have to pre-order the actual physical copy in advance because they don't just put
Send
those
them
on
out.
store shelves.
That's
they won't
what I mean.
sell.
Yeah.
It's like 99%. Like, my GameStop has a ridiculous number of.
We got about 100 PC games.
Are you serious? I got like 25. There's been 100 PC games come out probably this last week.
we have like 20 different versions of Sim 3. Just Sims 3 and Sim, blah blah blah.
That
blah,
is
blah. Just 25 Sims 3s and expansions.
It's probably like 60% of all of our PC as well.
Since we're talking about
Versus Blizzard.
brick and mortar retail, it segues into Lysios's other question. And that was, did you follow that 2 major retail chains in the UK just totally stopped carrying the Wii U?
Yes, it did.
Let's go into that, because there's
it's
been more
kinda-
details that have come out. We kind of touched on it a little bit about the standard bundles, but now it's going even further. So let's jump into that a little bit.
From what I was reading up on it, it was their. I mean, it's kind of like their version of like a Walmart, and they literally just stopped carrying it. And I haven't read really much other than that. Have you?
Yeah. I'll go into a quick little thing. I'll simplify this as easy as possible. If they're not making any money off that product, they can't stock it. This isn't a bash on Nintendo. This is the way retail stores work. Let's narrow it down really easy for easy math numbers. Say you have 1,000 square foot store, and you pay $1,000 a month to rent that $1,000 square foot store. So every square foot has to make $1 to break even.
Yeah.
If you don't sell that $1 in that 1 square foot of store space, you're losing money, or you have to make up for it on another square foot. This is not including employee costs or taxes or any of that stuff. I'm just trying to keep it simple. So if the Wii U section is 3 square feet out of that 1,000 square feet, and it's not making its $3 every month, there's a different electronic or different game or different stand that they could put in that spot that will make its money. And keep in mind, that's just to break even. That's not becoming profitable. Ideally, you want every square foot to make $3 or $4. So if the Wii U's doing nothing, which it's basically not, you can't dedicate store space to the standee, the model, the stocking of everything, and have it flop, because then it puts pressure on other areas of the store
to do better,
just to break even.
Yeah.
So I mean, if it's not selling, they gave it the old college try for 6 months. It's not selling.
Yeah.
There's no reason for them to stock it. The good news is, if the Wii U does turn it around, they'll easily make room for it again in their stores.
It happens all the time.
They'll be like, oh, now it's selling. Now it's worth the square footage. Let's stock it back on the shelves.
Yeah.
So this isn't like a permanent thing. This is just, this thing isn't moving right now. Let's put something that can move.
I mean, especially in the UK, where I reported that,
it's the absolute lowest out of...
Yeah, they're like stagnation for almost all console games and consoles, so...
Yeah.
Yeah!
So, jumping back to Brendan Joyce.
So me, again.
He asked, since he was a winner of one of our coveted strategy guides,
He got a good one.
he said, what's the most useful strategy guide you have ever bought?
Oh, that's actually easy for me. That was the Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 1 guide. It was awesome because it was one of the first ones that I ever had that was the very small book like this, and it was like, 300 pages. So that one helped me out immensely.
My answer is going to be a little skewed because, with the exception of one strat guide, I haven't even purchased anything for this generation because there's the internet and it's
that's what I got,
free, and there's free walkthroughs everywhere. So there's no longer a point. But in its heyday, when it was the best way to figure anything out, I think my best one was probably Ocarina of Time. That thing helped me an awful lot in the dungeons and stuff. That's probably my answer. The one that I did buy for this current generation is the Red Dead Redemption Game of the Year Edition 1 that has all the DLC walkthroughs and everything. Huh?
That seems very straightforward. I mean, the collectibles,
because I still to this day want 100% that game. I think that is one of the coolest achievements that's ever been. It's called Redeemed. It's worth 100 gamer score. It is to fully complete. It's basically essentially a platinum in Xbox form. You have to do everything to get that thing unlocked. And Red Dead Redemption, and you're redeemed. That's fucking badass to me. I don't know.
Very cool. Much like you, mine would be a number of years old, and I brought it up before, and that would be Majora's Mask. With all the time travel elements and having to know when certain sequences and events take place, there was a section in the back of that book. It was essentially like a little notebook. Mine was filled with notes. I still have it somewhere here.
Straight about.
Yeah. And that was by far the most useful strategy guide I've ever owned. Just helping me. And I didn't really use it to go, okay, they're going to be here then. But if there was something like a chain of events that I kind of got stuck on, I'd glance at it, make my notes in the back, compare it with my notes and everything. It was really cool.
Honorable mention, Castlevania 3.
Why?
Have you played Castlevania 3? It's like one of the hardest games ever. Ever. Recalculus.
Still in the first level.
With the strategy guide. No, I played through it. It's fucking hard. There's too much going on. Too much.
Epic Beast had 2 questions.
Oh, he's getting greedy now, isn't he?
It's a 2-question kind of week.
That's all right. Feel free to send in 5 or 6.
I mean,
if you got one
we've
week
been
on.
we've been playing catch up anyway. So, this is the tag up on last week, and we'll elaborate a little bit. First, he asked, "Who would make the best president out of the 3 of us?" And the interesting part is, and then even he recommended it in the comments. So far, you've gotten a lot of votes. When we asked Tony yes, Tony no, I saw nothing but Tony yeses. So that's awesome.
Thank
Good
you
job.
guys. Appreciate it.
But because of Tony's passion for the topic and the feedback that we've gotten from you guys, we're actually going to do a political blacklist in the coming weeks.
Yes.
I wonder if I can use that.
Hail to the chief.
Yeah.
I don't know if
It
it's
might
like-
be
The
public.
guy that wrote that is like, who the fuck's gonna sue you? That song's like,
Way
The president
back.
might. I don't know. Fuck.
Obama just.
Obama just comes after Forward Compatible Podcast.
Every
He just
news.
slams the hammer down on us.
Ignore this shit.
That'd be awesome. But yeah, stay tuned. We'll keep you updated when that's coming. It'll be a couple weeks out. But that's definitely one that we're going to get to.
We have 3 blacklists in the works.
Yeah. Which we'll jump
Yeah.
to in just a minute because I'm going to do his second part of the question. He asked, if you guys formed a video game company, the 3 of us, who would be the CEO? What would the company name be? And what type of games would make?
Would be called awesome genre.
Mark would, I don't know, like, specific president, CEO, blah, blah. I think Mark would probably be in charge of pretty much all of the game making.
To learn how to
Like
program.
that stuff. I think we're all in agreement on that, right?
Oh yeah, looks. What would your feedback be? I mean, I can see that being
Jason,
classic.
we'd probably do it much like we break down the podcast. Jason would probably be in charge of all of advertising, social media, networking,
Yep.
stuff like that.
Community manager.
And that would just leave me to pick up whatever the fuck is left. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I can't say.
I can handle.
Tony,
I
talk
can.
to this
I can handle.
microphone
I can
for
handle the financials.
voice
and-
actor.
Yeah,
So-
voice acting.
I mean, realistically, I mean, with the way that we kind of work here, the business model that we use, there's no one standout who kind of runs the show here. We all kind of pull.
We all
our
chip
weight.
in.
I do more than the rest, but
Because you
What a
were
dick!
dead.
What a dick!
but no, I don't think we would probably be limited. We wouldn't have we'd have a board as opposed to just a straight.
No, I don't think
CEO.
it'd even be a board. I think it would be an equal partnership,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
we handle this podcast. We don't have an owner of Forward Compatible.
We-
It's the 3 of us.
We'd probably call the company Forward Compatible just to tie it into everything else. I would assume.
I would love to call Forward Compatible. Forward Compatible Studios.
Incorporated.
Get on that, Mark. God, make us some fucking
Copyrights.
games.
Right? What the fuck, man? Especially with Xbox One self-publishing. Come on.
I
I have to learn
I-
languages.
I would also
You're
ch-
asking me to speak language. I don't know.
I had to learn how to edit fucking video. That's not easy. You saw how shitty it
That's
looked. for the
easier than
past
learning a
month.
whole new language
I
to
know.
make an entire game.
I doubt it. I doubt it. I bet you I can make a game quicker than you. I would cheat and use RPG Maker.
Shit.
Yes! I'm 3 for 3 tonight.
Victorious.
Burning them
I
up.
would open up a game engine and you'd be like,
Huh?
I know what a game
Make it
engine looks
work.
like. I know what it looks like. I can't manipulate it.
I was
at
gonna say,
all.
yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, but as far as what did he name a CEO?
Company name and what type of games we'd make. There'd be a lot of dicks in our games.
In all
No,
honesty,
I'd be modeling them. No, they wouldn't.
my vote would only be one of 3, but I would vote for platformers.
Platformers with
I think-
Goomba's penises.
I think they're very interesting. They're not as difficult to make. You can cover overhead easier because it's just you're not making a 3-dimensional world. They're fun and they speak to an awful lot of gamers. Not everybody likes platforming, but most gamers are at least they look fondly at. It might not be their favorite genre, but everybody enjoys a platformer.
And there would definitely be a nude code in ours.
And there wouldn't be as much need for story, and you could still toss in some story on platformers, but you don't need this largely engrossing, captivating backstory to really draw you in. Platformers don't need that kind of stuff. Look at the success of Mario or Earthworm Jim or Sonic. There's some minor stories sprinkled on top, but we don't need to have this entire creative team behind us making this whole world with all these crazy...
It sounds like
pretty
we're
sure
planning
the
on making
original-
a video game. I'm just saying.
Sounds like basically Mario had 3 words was this entire story. Save the princess.
Mm-hmm.
That was the story.
But a princess in another castle.
And then he's flipping them off.
Go over there.
Andrew Dillon.
What's up, Andrew?
I'm starting to do it like, what's his fucking name?
Michael Buffer?
Yeah.
No.
Bruce Buffer.
Michael Buffer. No, they both do announcing. One does UFC, one does boxing. They're brothers.
I knew they're brothers, yeah.
Best one ever is when he did the Royal Rumble commercial and Shawn Michaels super kicked him in the face. He was, let's get ready to Royal Rumble, and kick in the face.
Really?
Yeah.
Fucking A.
Andrew Dillon wants to know our thoughts on The Dark Knight Rises. He said recently he rewatched the movie, found a ton of plot holes, and wants to know our opinion.
What do you mean?
Isn't it
Plot
fucking
holes.
stupid?
He just went across the world in a day.
If I can put a pin in that, along with the presidential blacklist, we're going to do, I know I want to do a very Batman-specific one, but I'm going to break that up, and we're going to do a Dark Knight trilogy.
At least that we could all chime in more on
Yeah,
that.
Dark Knight trilogy blacklist.
That works.
We'll talk about the highs and the lows, the plot holes, where we felt they dropped the ball with certain characters, and
Why Nolan is still the best.
And Christian Bale's shitty voice.
Like why they couldn't fucking pay... What's
There you go, Sammy.
That's what he sounded like in the movie. Right
No, like,
there.
why didn't they get, Sammy!
It's okay.
Like, why
I
didn't...
did it.
Why
I
did
did it.
Look what he did. He's trying to be Batman now.
No, I don't understand why they didn't get, what's-her-face back, the chick from, Dawson's Creek. Back to play, Hey! What's, his childhood friend, that chick's name?
Rachel?
Rachel. Why didn't they get Dawson's Creek chick back to play her? That was fucking weird. It was like you're starting to watch the second one. You're like, this isn't her.
Tom Cruise wouldn't let her, but that's beside the point.
Damn it, Tom
Katie
Cruise.
Holmes.
That's her name.
Yeah, Tom Cruise wouldn't let her.
Why not?
Because Christopher Nolan's not a fucking, what do you call them? Scientologist.
Oh.
That's fucking weird.
Yeah. It makes sense, too. Because,
So he's not. Him and his wife aren't allowed to work for anyone who's not a Scientologist.
She's not with him anymore. She left him.
yeah.
Because he's fucking batshit crazy. Sit!
South Park Scientology episode.
Yeah, that's
They
fucking.
lost Chef.
That's fucking.
That's where they lost fucking Chef.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah. So we'll get into all that. Okay. So now we have 3 guaranteed blacklists
Well, that's the third one.
approaching. We have the Dark Knight trilogy coming. We have, what was the other one? Oh, the presidential,
Debate. Yo.
basically politics in general. I'll knock it all out in one fair swoop.
One go.
And the third one, which we were going to do weeks ago, but we held off for Jason, and now Jason's no longer going to be in it with us, is the Last of Us spoiler cast.
Oh, then there's 4.
Uh-oh.
What's the 4th?
NFL.
Oh, me and Mark, and you're more than welcome to sit in on this, but I know you're not a huge sports guy.
So it'll be me and you for 2 of them.
We did the NHL.
Brian will be there.
Brian's
for
going to be
the,
there for Last of Us.
Oh, okay, sweet then.
We did that NHL playoff prediction, and it turned out it's actually like our 3rd highest viewed show ever, right?
Yeah.
It turned out quite well, so we're going
And
to
we were both right in the end.
And you guys were supposed to do another one.
Yeah, it was a week-to-week thing.
Board.
Well, then it turned into when the rounds changed, we were working our asses off.
We are actually running out of time for that.
NFL?
We only have like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So we should probably... That's the one that's most time sensitive, I suppose.
Yeah.
I'd like to get that off before the season starts. So we got 4 blacklists coming out. So yeah,
And that's not including the multiple ones that we haven't told you about that we kicked around wanting to do.
we got ideas. We got
You
stuff.
gotta tell
in
me the
works.
format of the
Stuff
NFL
and
one.
things and
Because there's
stuff.
certain teams in the NFL that I've just paid no attention to whatsoever.
We got this. We got this.
All right. Most of the league I know almost everything about, but there's those few
Shut the
ones like
fuck up.
Yeah,
the
whatever.
Browns. They got that quarterback and fuck.
Shit. All right, sir. Do we have
Is
a
you reading?
Impoverished Geek question of the week?
We do, and it's a fan submitted one.
Nice.
Ooh.
2 in a row.
Is it a good one?
This one's from Epic Beast.
Hey.
Epic Beast.
So Epic Beast has one, and who had the first one?
Lysios.
Lysios. They both have one each.
Yes.
2 more that we choose are worthy, and you get a prize.
I believe Andrew Dillon won last week's. As I said on Facebook, due to the events of the past week, I got some catching up to do. I'll get those out. Metro, I still got to get you your strat guide. I'm probably going to do that tomorrow. Haven't had time to get to the post office to mail it out. I just spoiled what I'm giving Metro because I told him it was something small. No,
Cut
I
it,
told him
cut
was-
it, cut it.
No, I told him it was. Anyways, Epic Beast's suggestion for the Impoverished Geek question of the week is, what was the secret gun in Halo DOS?
Yeah.
Secret weapon in Halo 2.
Dun dun dun.
Mark, you can do it this week.
Yeah, get on that.
Man, I've never done this.
Popping his cherry.
All right. Anyway, you can visit us at this. I guess this is, I should say, hey, we're wrapping up the show. You can visit us at FwdCompatible.org. Give us a like over at Facebook.com/FwdCompatible podcast. Follow us on Twitter at FCCompatible. Like.
It's F compatible.
No, it's FC. Oh, damn it, you're right. It's F compatible.
I made that
it's
same
the second
mistake.
Capital, yeah. Like, comment, share on YouTube.com//FwdCompatible. Like, comment, share on iTunes and Stitcher. Why do you have it on that? It should be like subscribe, listen on Twitch.
Whatever.
Stitcher, iTunes.
Because
Anyway.
you can subscribe, you can share it.
Anyway, also, if you ever want to play some games with us, please add us on PlayStation Network or Xbox at FwdCompatible. Skype name is just FwdCompatible. We have a Twitch and Ustream.
Just search for Forward Compatible,
Yeah,
FWD
exactly.
compatible.
And if you'd like to join us on Steam, we have a Steam community group. It is steamcommunity.com //
No, just one.
God
It's a typo.
damn it.
It's a typo. It's a typo.
Read. Fuck you, San Diego.
Start it
Go
over.
fuck yourself, San Diego. There you go. Anyway, steamcommunity.com /groups /FWD compatible. And send us, if you ever have an email, questions to ask, you can always send it into.
And you can send the answer to our Impoverished Geek question of the week at...
Okay, that's what we're doing. So, basically, for the question Jason just asked, send it to FwdCompatiblePodcast at .com.
I also wanted to throw something in there. You just made me think about it. We haven't done this in quite some time. We haven't given out our personal gamer tags in quite some time.
Currently, you can only basically find me on Steam, which join our Steam community group, because I won't give it out unless you join.
He's hanging the carrot. He's hanging the carrot on the string.
I am on Steam all the time, but otherwise, my PlayStation Network ID is Urban Assault 8. There's no weird spelling or anything. All one word.
I am Jerker1015
It's still funny.
on Steam, Xbox, and PSN. And I know I'm friends with a bunch of you already. I never hear anything from anybody. Somebody want to play something? Send me a message. Let's play some shit.
Andrew Dillon.
He tried to play Borderlands 2 with me once or twice.
Yeah. You're playing Injustice. I'll get on some Injustice with you this week. I should have some free time. So we'll finally do that. Send me you'll see me probably on like Tuesday. Send me a message. I'll throw it in.
I mean, somebody want to fuck some shit up in Gears of War or play some Uncharted 2 multiplayer, or Uncharted 3? Or
Look at Tony's dick pics.
let's fucking do something.
Mine is JAxel1147. All one word.
It's Jaxel.
Fuck this guy, Jerker. You know, he
I
calls
need a
himself
clever
Jerker.
name with a J, it looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really hope in PS4 they let you redo it because I've hated my gamer tag for a few years now, and I just, I'm screwed. They
I
better.
don't think they're going to let you.
They better.
It's not going to happen.
They better. I don't like it anymore.
Alright, this has been episode 79, part 1. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Catch us next week, same time, same place.
Jerker. It's still funny.
True story.